A very warm welcome to this insightful discussion. I have with me Saurav Kumar from Euler Motors. Thank you very much, Saurav, for joining us today on the Daily Dispatch. I want to talk to you about an exciting launch that has just happened. You've launched the first EV three-wheeler cargo vehicle. Tell us a little bit about the launch and what this means for Euler Motors.
Thanks, Priya, for having me. So today we have launched our three-wheeler commercial vehicle, Highload. But before I talk a bit about Highload, let me talk about what Euler Motors have been doing over the last 3 years and why we have launched some of the things that we have done. So there are three things. One, we wanted to not just launch a product, but also the ecosystem part of it. And that comes from when we started thinking about electrifying the commercial vehicle segment in 2018. We saw the product, you need a very excellent product in performance, efficiency, design. It has to be built, not just thinking about electric, but thinking about it has to be the best product across your IC engine vehicles, your diesel, petrol, CNG. It has to beat all of that product, but the ecosystem is equally important. So that means your charging stations, your service, all of that is required to move that transition. The second thing, the product itself, it has to not just beat all of the other electric vehicle, but it has to beat every single category three-wheeler that exists, because these are the product people has, whoever is buying needs to have that confidence that this is something that will, no matter what they have to carry, what amount of range in whatever weather condition that they have to deliver the product, they should be able to do that. And to power that, you had to think about technology. Like, you can't just take something that has worked in, let's just say, China or in other global markets and expect that will also work in India, because India has its own weather pattern, it has its own overloading patterns, and it has to work across all of that. So looking at all these three things, the Euler motor, we have launched the three-wheeler cargo high load. On the product side, it has that 688 kg of payload capacity. That is not something which is the best payload or the highest payload in electric segment. It's something that no three-wheeler, whether it's in diesel or petrol or CNG, has that. And that has been done because when we did our surveys, people had this questions कि ये vehicle में टान होगी कि नहीं, कि मतलब इस पे कल को we have put gas cylinders or water bottle or we have to climb hills or basement से नीचे लेके आ रहे हैं, ऊपर लेके आ रहे हैं गाड़ी, will this work in all of that condition? So payload, but then we have also set a lot of industry first. Coming to your DC fast charging, there are no other electric vehicle in commercial three-wheeler category that has a fast charging. Why did we do that? Mainly कि people, now the vehicle has a 3.3 kilowatt onboard charger. आप किसी भी AC pin में लगाइए and it will charge it in 4 to 5 hours. But at the end of the day, when the vehicle is on road, कभी extra load है या additional deliveries करने हैं, they need that comfort कि can I charge the vehicle in 15 minutes, 30 minutes, या मुझे 4 घंटा wait करना पड़ेगा. So DC fast charging capability, you have torque, one of the highest 88.55 Newton meter of torque, which allows the vehicle to carry that 88 kgs of payload on any kind of terrain that will be there. It has disc brake, it has your instrument cluster, the electronics, all of this makes the vehicle not just powerful, also best efficiency, and also from design perspective, right? It has the larger windshield areas, cabin comfort. So driver को एक center में रख करके and thinking about
Right.
this vehicle will be used for that 8-10 years. That is how we have built that.
Right. Going forward, what would be your key focus areas in terms of growth and expansion? What kind of plans do you have?
So in terms of your growth, I mean, one is on the three-wheeler itself. So we have received 2,500 vehicle order book that we have to deliver for the Flipkart, Ecom Express, Udaan, big baskets of the world. So that's the e-commerce segment that we will deliver to. 15 January, we are also starting to deliver for customers which are not just from the e-commerce, but can use the vehicle in, let's just say, FMCG, regular retail. So we are putting a target that by FY23, we want to make sure that there are 5,000 Euler three-wheeler cargo is on the ground. So that has been our sort of North Star metric for our growth. In terms of expansion, we started in Delhi NCR, but Bangalore is next, and then we are putting up Chennai, Hyderabad, Pune in some of the lists. So as we expand over the next 2 years, 3 years, we will make sure that we have electrified the last mile connectivity across pan India.
Right. This kind of aggressive expansion also needs investment. So, what kind of investment numbers are we looking at? Any plans to raise funds for the same?
Yes. So far, Euler has raised roughly 12 million, and that has come from Bloom Venture, Inventus Capital India, Asian Development Bank (ADB) Ventures, and then Jetty Ventures. So those are the four prominent investors that has put in money. We have raised 12 millions over the last 3 years. We are continuing. Almost at every point as a founder, raising capital is required for the company. So we are continuing to raise. One of the key things that we look for are people or investors that have that long-term kind of commitment, that they believe what Euler is doing. The product and also the ecosystem part, building the charging stations and service and focusing on the on ground where the vehicle will be used. So we continue to talk to investors, and we'll continue to raise money, whatever is required for us to expand at this breathtaking space.
Right. Final question as far as revenues are concerned. What kind of revenue targets do you have at the end of FY22?
So we are looking at that 50 crores of revenue by 2022, and then we are looking at 300 crores, always growing at 600% by FY23, and that will largely come from the deployment of these vehicles on ground. So we are currently manufacturing at 100 vehicle per month, but we are ramping it to go to 1,000 vehicle per month within that 1 year span that we just spoke about.
All right, Saurav, we wish you all the very best in your growth journey. Thank you very much for being a part of the Daily Dispatch.